Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Hammer of the Gods quiz this week on the Triple Threat podcast. In this corner, hailing from Halifax, Nova Scotia, weighing in at... Matt, what are you weighing in at these days?
I think I'm just about 10 kilograms.
10 kilos? Or how many stone would you be? I figured that out one time.
3 stone, 4 quid.
Wrong currency.
You should probably go to the hospital if you weigh that.
We have that was Matt Vaughn, and the other corner weighing in at a lithe. What are you, 165 now still, Alex?
185, 165. Jeez,
185.
Yeah.
I think.
Hey, this is a Christian Bale and Equilibrium or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
No, with the machinist.
Machinist, dang.
I think you weighed the same as me, Alex.
Yeah.
So if we were fighters, we'd be in the same fighting class. Oh.
Well, I'd cut down at the.
I'd cut.
They all cut, man.
cut.
Anthony Rumble Johnson walked around at 220 and he cut down to 170.
Ooh.
And then he really sucked at it. Like, he'd weigh in like 12 pounds overweight, and they'd be like, "We can't even like cut your wages. We just can't have this fight because you're so heavy." And he'd just say, "All right, I'll just wrestle heavier then." But he was, when he cut and then he gained the weight back, he was a monster.
Gosh.
Anyway, sorry.
All right. This is what I and that was Alex Vaughn. I'm Will Vaughn, coming to you live from Vancouver, BC. The other kids are over in Halifax, BC. Halifax, Nova Scotia.
I like barely caught on to that. But I did.
No, I did that on purpose. Everything I do is on purpose. Someone's drinking a water and slamming it down. Or is that a Gatorade? Or is that
it's
a beer?
BCAA. Say I just finished a workout.
Oh, okay. So he's all his synapses are firing at full bore, which is great because this week the Hammer of the Gods quiz. Yes, that's right. Led Zeppelin, talking about Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham, the men who comprised the band Led Zeppelin between the years of 1968 and 1980. The Pink Floyd quiz coming next week. But this week we have the Hammer of the Gods quiz. We have 8 questions. Each question is it's a progression through each of their albums.
Oh my God! I don't know anything about Led Zeppelin.
Through all 8 of their albums, we have Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, Untitled, Houses of the Holy, Physical Graffiti, Presence, and Into the Outdoor. Did I forget one? No, I don't think so. Did I say Houses of the Holy?
You did. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember things I say. I can't remember things you say.
Good stuff. The 2012 Kennedy Center honorees, Led Zeppelin. So, Matt will have you tell Siri. You know what? Actually, you know what I'm going to do? This is going to be kind of crazy because I have all my loose change here sitting next to me. Magic spinning loose change. I'm going to actually physically flip a coin. So, Alex, what do you call?
I call tails.
Okay, this could be really messy. If it lands on my coffee, I'll be upset. All right. It's heads, Matt. You're up first.
All right.
What I said, though.
All right. Don't worry, guys. This quiz is pretty easy, actually. All right.
For you.
All right. Question 1. Cover of Led Zeppelin's eponymous first album bears a photograph of the famous LZ-129 Hindenburg disaster of 1937. NASA scientist Addison Bain calculated the flame front spread rate through the Zeppelin at what speed?
That's for Matt?
I'm waiting for the actual question.
That's for Matt. No, that's the question. NASA scientist Addison Bain calculated the flame front spread rate through the Zeppelin at what speed?
Oh, gosh. It must have been NASA be dealing with miles per... gosh. 500 miles per hour.
Oh, my God.
I don't actually know.
A plane moves faster than that.
I don't know what that calculates to. The actual answer is 49 feet per second.
Oh, gee. Well,
49 feet per second.
Maybe that's more.
I might be right. Who knows?
No, you're not right. Per second. So that means it travels. Hold on. Let's figure this out.
Okay, well.
By the way, each question's worth 15 points with no steals.
All right. I don't know what it is. Whatever.
Yeah.
49 feet per second?
49 feet per second. Yeah. So it means the whole Zeppelin itself burned up in about 16 seconds.
Wow.
All right,
that was
Alex.
way off in one direction. I'm not sure which. Let's keep math out of this. It's early.
Yeah. For me, I'm sharp. I knew the answer. This guy reached from a cod. Alex, our Led Zeppelin 2 question. The Lemon Song borrows from Howlin' Wolf's Killing Floor and Robert Johnson's Traveling Riverside Blues. Which varietal of lemon is known as the Four Seasons because of its ability to produce fruit all the year round? It's also known as the supermarket lemon. I should mention that too.
What variety of lemon?
Yeah, what variety of lemon? There's more than one.
Apparently, I'll say Floridian.
It's called the Eureka. The Eureka lemon is also known as the Four Seasons lemon.
It's a waste of everyone's time.
Okay. Matt,
Yes.
in Japan, the song Out on the Tiles was placed as the B-side of the Immigrants song instead of which song?
At least this one's actually about the band.
Yeah, thankfully.
The other ones are about the band, too.
No, they weren't. They're about lemons and Hindenburgs.
Okay. Yeah, but in relation to the Led Zeppelin song?
Black Dog.
No, it was Hey, Hey, What Can I Do? Alex, the name for
I'm going to be saying that after I lose this quiz.
The name for Zepp's fourth album debatably varies between the Roman numeral symbol for 4, IV, Untitled, and the runes in reference to the 4 symbols representing each member, which are found in the inside sleeve of the album. The symbol for Sandy Denny, the songstress who contributed the vocals on the Tolkien-inspired track Battle of Evermore, is a Christian symbol for Godhead. If you were driving on a road in England, the inverse of this symbol would mean what to you?
Matt, do you even understand? I know this is for me, but do you even understand that question?
A little. It's very. I don't know, circuitous. I don't know if that's the word, but it's kind of.
I'm going to say it means you're going the wrong way.
No, it actually indicates a Ministry of Transport test station which all British vehicles over 3 years old must pass every year to remain road legal. You were close, though. Matt, this is the How's the Holy question. The humor contained in the funky ditty called The Crunch is derived from the juxtaposition of James Brown funk against the shifting time signatures. If you could, list the time signatures of the song in order. So in order in which they appear in the song.
Okay, 7/4, 4/4, 3/4, 7/4, 5/8.
You were close. Its actually intro measure is 1 measure of 9/8. Part 1 is 7 measures of 9/8 and 1 measure of 8/8. Part 2 is 3 measures of 4/4, 1 measure of 5/8, 1 measure of 2/4, 3 measures of 4/4, 1 measure of 5/8, 1 measure of 2/4, 3 measures of 4/4, 1 measure of 2/4, and 1 measure of 2/8. You were close, though. Alex, this is the physical graffiti question. The Manhattan tenement buildings featured on the cover of Physical Graffiti are located at number 98 and number 96 and 98 East 8th Street. The area is also referred to as what?
Can you repeat the question?
The Manhattan tenement buildings featured on the cover of Physical Graffiti are located at number 96 and 98 East 8th Street. The area is also referred to as what?
Skid Row.
St. Mark's Place. You're close, though. All right, Matthew. This is the presence question. Achilles' Last Stand was to be referred to as the wheelchair song as an acknowledgement of Robert Plant's ankle, which he broke in a car accident in 1975. Achilles was famously killed by Paris via an arrow to the ankle, or heel, in some versions being guided by Apollo. Which Greek hero used Heracles' bow to kill Paris?
Oh, I actually studied this in university, no lie. Aeneas? No, that's wrong. That's gotta be wrong. I'm still gonna say it though because I said it. Aeneas.
It's actually Philoctetus. Philoctetus.
I think
close,
one of these questions has more words than I've ever said on this podcast.
All right. It's just the Hammer of the Gods quiz. I don't know what to say. Alex, this is the Into the Outdoor question. In 1980, Into the Outdoor sleeves were nominated for Best Album Package Grammy. What is the name of the art design group that designed the album covers?
I don't even know. I couldn't even guess. What is the name of the group that designed the album covers?
Yes.
I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know.
It's actually Hypnosis, but it's spelled Hipgnosis. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have a tie of 0-0. So we have a tiebreaker, thankfully. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, you're going to enjoy this. Okay. Peter Grant managed Led Zeppelin throughout their entire run and was known as one of the shrewdest and most ruthless managers in rock history. Back when he worked as a doorman at the Two Eyes Coffee Bar in London, Australian-born pro wrestler Paul Lincoln noticed Grant's 6'5" frame and invited him to come try his hand in the ring. What names did he wrestle under?
Do we both answer this?
Whoever, anyone first, it's fine.
The Masked Man.
Alex?
I don't know.
Okay. It was actually Count Massimo and Count Bruno Alassio of Milan. Okay, guys, so that was the Hammer of the Gods quiz. Unfortunately, no one got a single answer right, so I can't give away
time for everybody.
I can't. Well, look, I don't know what to tell you. I thought it was fair.
So, Will, you've gotten your revenge on us for having a hard time last week. So
revenge.
But he made the Weird Al quiz too, and that was equally as difficult as any quiz we've given. So
yeah, but this one was. I can't help but feeling. Well, this was a message to us.
This was.
This.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I fear no quiz.
This is the horse head in the bed of quizzes.
Just a quiz. Just I don't know, guys.
Is there anything you want to talk about, Will? Anything that's
on your mind? Something bugging you about?
Do you want to get no.
Just the three of us.
No one else is here.
No one else?
Don't say that because I will start mentioning
just tell us what's up.
I will start mentioning my...
Clearly something's on weighing heavy on your mind there.
No, I don't want to...
How many of those questions did you have to look up?
Obviously, all of them. Obviously, every single one.
It doesn't work if you don't know any of the answers yourself.
I knew the answers myself.
No,
I told you the answers. I had all the answers. I had all the answers right there.
The best I could do is name 3 members of the band. That's the best I could have done. If you're like, name any 3 members, I would have got that right, and that's about it.
Okay, well, next quiz coming from me will be maybe a little bit easier. Maybe I'll make it a little bit easier. But that was the.
Well, I mean, I guess you made good on your threat. You've been threatening a Led Zeppelin quiz for weeks.
I'm glad it's over with.
And you know what? I kind of feel like I wasted that, so I actually might do enough.
Nope.
No,
I'm gonna
1 quiz per subject.
Yeah, that's gone forever.
You blew it.
I think we can revisit subjects.
No,
we can do the
no.
We can do the World Cup quiz part 2.
Computer says no.
Or Saved by the Bell quiz part 2. The college.
Man, I felt bad that you didn't know anything from the Saved by the Bell quiz, and we thought, oh, it's because he didn't watch it. But you did watch Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't remember. It's not a show that really
is not that hard to remember. The fact they're in line waiting for U2 tickets is not that hard to remember.
Yeah, it is.
Tori's not hard to remember.
Apparently, yeah, it all really is. Look, everybody knows that Addison Bain calculated that the Hindenburg front flame spread rate was 49 feet per second. Everybody knows that.
I thought you were going to ask us like, what was the airship that crashed. I was going to tell you, and I was excited, and then.
No, that's too. That's way
man.
That's way too easy.
We got to move on. I think
we
have to start the healing now. We got to move on from this.
I respect your guys' intelligence too much to ask you such easy questions.
Clearly, you shouldn't have.
Thanks for listening, everybody. All right, what's going on? What's going on?
So 49 feet per second is only 33 miles an hour.
49 feet per second.
That doesn't sound right.
I Googled converter, and that's what I got. Well, and when I did it by calculator, I did it too.
What it means is the whole ship burned up in about 16 seconds.
I just thought stuff moved faster than that.
Okay, I guess I didn't realize a mile is 5,280 feet. So I guess that makes
yeah. So you just take that times it by 60, and then divide by 5,280, and you get like 33.4. Huh. Anyway,
we'll be doing the Imperial versus metric quiz next week.
Premier League started this week.
Premier League started. Liverpool.
The thing about like this year compared to other years is because the World Cup was on over the summer, you don't really miss it. Like football's starting back up, just the preseason, and I'm getting really pumped for it.
NFL football, you mean?
Yeah, you miss NFL football more than you miss soccer because soccer was played basically up until mid-July, so it's really only been gone for a month, if that.
Yeah.
But Liverpool won yesterday, so onwards and upwards. And Man U lost on Saturday.
Man U lost, which is the big story.
Fantastic. Well, everyone was freaking out because they beat LA Galaxy 7-0. in the summertime. But I mean, that's really an indication of nothing.
It's an indication of how much better the Premier League is than the MLS.
Yeah. I mean, Jermaine Defoe comes in and just scores like a goal a game whenever he's playing, like it's nothing, and he wasn't even a starter in the Prem. So,
like that's kind of sad. The gyre of difference between the two leagues.
Yeah,
it's like
I mean, they're trying. You got to start somewhere, right? And they're bringing in guys. The Orlando and New York expansion teams have some pretty good players coming in, Kaká and David Villa and stuff like that. So they're kind of with any guys they bring in from they're never going to bring a guy in his prime, but they're bringing in some half decent players. Mm-hmm. Like the United States best player doesn't play or didn't play in the U.S. for a long time. He's in the Premier League. I mean, that's the peak. Besides, say the Spanish league or something like that, but.
Well, anywhere in Europe, or I guess anywhere that's not North America is a much better league. What's the league called?
I mean, now there's leagues all over. There's like a Turkish league and things like that. So there's kind of a big four over there, which would be Italy, Spain, England, and Germany.
Yeah, and there's a league in South America.
Yeah, there's a league in South. Oh yeah. There's leagues all over. There's like 43 leagues in Mexico. So
there's no league in Antarctica.
No, that's true. That's an accurate statement.
I mean, not that I've seen anyway. Something
Metallica played a concert down there, though.
They did, yes. The only band to play on all 7 continents. Metallica
when I was away this weekend, and Through the Never was on a channel I was flipping through, and that was exciting to see. So I still have to actually watch that. I haven't seen it yet.
I recommend being a Metallica fan because it's a concert. With
but there's a story going on behind it. I've seen Metallica in concert. I didn't pay money, but I saw them in concert.
Well, the story doesn't really make any sense. It's just kind of calamitous, but it's well shot.
No, but it's a concert movie, really. I don't expect it to be like.
But you gotta like the music to watch.
Llewyn Davis. I like Metallica. I don't know what scientists calculated an explosion on their album cover, but I enjoy the band.
You can calculate the flame spread rate through James's body when he got caught fire in Montreal in the early '90s, and with the Guns N' Roses concert, and people rioted because Axl wouldn't go on stage.
Oh, you know what's awesome? I used to have I think I still have it.
Now
somewhere.
They'd just be thankful that he doesn't come on stage.
I have an old bootleg of Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses
in Halifax.
In Halifax, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I remember. He's like, I remember they did the intro to Welcome to the Jungle. He's like, even though we're in the middle of nowhere, do you know where you are?
He didn't say that, did he?
Yeah, he did.
In the middle of nowhere, really?
Well, me. You have the bootleg, Matt. You tell us.
Well, that's why I'm surprised because I don't remember that.
See, I remember that.
Will
I had a great memory. I
remember
everything.
Make ish up.
What? That's a strong accusation, sir.
I'm sticking with it.
Factually based concert. I have Pearl Jam's bootleg from Halifax, but Pearl Jam actually officially records all their bootlegs, all their concerts. And I have Metallica's concert from Halifax too. They always put those things online.
And they're one from Vancouver, I think.
Yeah. I have the one from Vancouver and the soundtrack to Through the Never. So
what a genius idea.
Yeah, it's just like you want the show, go to the website.
Yeah, every time
pay a couple extra bucks for it.
I wish I could relive that. And yeah, so from a fan point of view, it's amazing. From a business point of view for the band, it's absolutely ingenious.
Oh yeah, you're going to record it anyway. We're all yelling into microphones, and it's going somewhere. Might as well go to a hard drive and they save it.
Just get your tape deck going and. Record away.
Yeah, and your sound speed, and you're all good to go. Something I got to mention. We lost a comedy icon this week, and a hell of an actor, Robin Williams. I just remember that we had kind of the triumvirate of Robin Williams' seminal early '90s.
Thinking the same thing.
Movies. We had Hook, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Aladdin. We were almost raised on the guy, and he will be greatly missed. I was going to ask what your favorite Robin Williams memory or role was, but I can't peg it down to one thing.
No.
I liked him in Good Will Hunting a lot.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting. It's
magnificent.
That's one of my favorite movies. He's fantastic in that.
Yeah. And he brings it like
he's to the Mark Maron podcast with him because Mark Maron reposted it, and that's definitely worth a listen. Well, if you haven't heard it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cue that guy up pretty soon.
Pretty tough though too. Pardon me. Pretty tough.
Ooh, somebody getting a little emotional over there.
No, sorry. I'm recovering from a cold.
No, I don't care.
But it's tough to listen to. You know, he talks about
That's one of those
depression.
Yeah, depression, stuff like that. That's one of those deaths that you're like, oh man, and then you think about it more, and like people start, and you're like, yeah, he really did a lot, and was just like had this kind of, whenever he performed, this manic energy. Even going back and watching like his Broadway show from 2002 and Weapons of Self-Destruction, or any talk show appearance he did, on top of the countless classic movies and movie moments he was a part of. So Mrs. Doubtfire was on the other day, so that was kind of good to see, but also they're all hard watches now because you see we all know what happened to him, so it's kind of a bummer. Right. There's no respite from that sort of situation, despite your profession or anything like that. So
we can respect what the man left behind, and he left behind a very large body of work. A lot of people wanted to quote movies and things that he said in movies, but for me, what I like to remember for the guy is his stand-up, because that's kind of like stuff he wrote.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was like written from his own voice, and what he did. Yeah, and what he did in movies was written by a screenwriter, but is fantastically delivered.
Probably rewatch Aladdin and realize very little of that was written. They actually couldn't.
That's a good point.
They couldn't be nominated for a Best Original or Best Screenplay Oscar or Best Original. I can't remember. Or this is how the story goes anyway, because he, freestyled so much stuff doing the genie stuff.
Seriously.
So, the Jack, that's what I've heard. So the Jack Nicklaus impression and all the other things that go into it. So you may want to look that up. I'm not sure how true it is. You may want to Snopes it, but there is something that goes around. It's just like, they just kind of put him in the booth and he went with it, and a lot of classic stuff comes from that.
And they animated some great stuff around him.
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
Great classic animation. But that couldn't be an original Oscar screenplay anyway, right? Because the story of Aladdin's based on something
I thought was funny was that Toy Story got nominated for Best Original, but Toy Story 2 got nominated for Adapted because it was technically adapted from Toy Story 1.
Really?
That's how they categorize it. Yeah, it's not based on original material. It's a sequel. So,
and all due respect to those movies, I don't think they probably would have won anyway. I mean, I don't know what they were up against, but
well, I can find that out if you want to talk about something else for a moment.
Okay, yeah, Oscar quiz coming next week. Oh, I should mention
so out of place.
I should. What? It's the middle of August. It's great. Should mention
apparently that Aladdin rumor is false, but he did freestyle a lot of stuff. That's not to say that he didn't prevent it for being nominated, but a lot of the stuff wasn't nominated.
Just
anyway.
Listening to it, it's pretty obvious that the guy's just shooting from the hip.
Absolutely.
It's just basically doing his stand up in the recording booth, and it was excellent.
So Toy Story lost to The Usual Suspects in 1995.
That's
awesome and totally fair. I gotta find the best adapted though. Don't mind me.
Or not.
Well, wait a second. What year did Toy Story?
99.
I feel like Toy Story 2 did not get nominated, but Toy Story 3.
I feel like you'll find a lot of animated stuff doesn't get nominated for screenplays.
Toy Story 3 lost to The Social Network by Aaron Sorkin.
Aaron Sorkin, yeah.
Toy Story 3?
Yep.
I should mention yesterday SummerSlam was a great show, and next week we'll come at you with the who won the SummerSlam predictions, because I'm still crunching the numbers. I'm still recovering from the
there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. You wasted a lot of time putting that quiz together, and we should have put the responsibilities for calculating the match finishes. Yeah.
Rubbing my forehead. It's got to be next week.
Yeah, we'll work on it next week. It was a good show. The spot in the third match with the top rope spot was great.
Okay, careful.
And the main event had wrestling, so that was good.
Yeah.
Okay. Hot crowd.
Congrats, Brock Lesnar, by the way.
Oh my God.
Okay,
You're pulling a me now.
Just saying, congratulations. Not any indication what for.
Congratulations.
No, good for you. Yeah, I mean, you performed well, admirably. I won't say what way the cookie crumbled, but yeah, good show. Good show.
How's New England looking in this preseason? By the way,
I mean, it's impossible to tell. Really, the thing with the preseason right now is I don't know when they do their cutdowns, but the first game they have 90 guys on the roster, and you eventually have to cut that down to 75, then to something else, and then to 53. So you're not really getting a good indication of quality. They're just putting guys out there and seeing how they perform under certain situations and game time and things like that. For example, Ryan Mallett in camp, Mike Mayock was freaking out about him. He's like, this guy's an NFL starter, 100%. He's going to start in the NFL. He's got all the attributes, blah, blah, blah. First game of the preseason, just took a dump all over the field. So, and then they're saying Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't looking very sharp, and then came in and played very well. And so the analyst response to that was, well, some guys are just gamers. So we'll see what happens. I expect big things. They got the secondary's always been a problem, and now they have Revis and Brandon Browner and things like that. So I think they'll come into their own. I don't know how's Baltimore looking.
I don't know. They look okay. I know the preseason to me is such. It's just like here's how everyone else is doing. I looked at some stats actually. I think it was New England against Philadelphia. Is that right?
Yes.
And Nick Foles and Tom Brady basically had the exact same numbers. They were like 8 for 10, 81 yards and a touchdown. And I think Brady had an interception or something. But like
pick six.
Yeah, they basically step on the field and you pray to God they don't get hurt. And I think Ray Rice tweaked his shoulder or something the other day in Dallas.
Yeah, it's kind of, you're trying to get your guys warmed up because they need a little bit of game time experience at the same time. We're trying to keep them healthy for the season. So
they need some reps. But
Matt, have you seen anything from New England or any thoughts on the preseason?
I try not to. I try to.
You try to avoid it.
Well, preseason. I mean, I don't want to read anything into it at all because.
Well, you don't read anything into it.
Yeah, I read nothing of that. So yeah, I've just been kind of following it on Twitter, that sort of thing, and I mean, it makes sense that
you have a television, right? Or do you not have? You don't have.
I don't have cable. Yeah, no. I mean, I watched the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
That's a Quaker.
Saturday, but that's
you should get Rogers Cable and get the WWE Net Pack for $11.99 a month.
Not available on Bell. $11.99.
It's less stuff than the WWE Network, and it's $2 more. Yeah,
$3.99.
Free, get on the road, Queen. I get you for $3.99. Hi, girl.
You my girl. Always looking out for me. Got you a 6-pack Shakur stuff. You guys watch Orange is the New Black?
Yeah, I have to catch it at some point.
Season 2 the other day.
Enjoyable program?
I'm sorry for that loud noise. My apologies. Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty good. It's not one of my favorites, but I watch it.
Is it one you watch with the GF?
Yeah.
It's a GF show.
And she's like, let's watch. Everyone's finished it. And then we finish it. I'm like, there you go. We watched it. Now you want to do. Like, I don't know why there's a race to finish it. All the episodes come out at once.
So
I was away all week.
Season 3 isn't coming out anytime soon. Oh, where did you go?
I was in Ontario all week, so.
Ontario? Which part of Ontario?
Through, oh God, all over. Just flew into Ottawa, drove around for 4 days, and flew to Ottawa again, so.
Sounds like fun.
Brockville and Napanee and Central Frontenac and Mississippi Mills.
Central Frontenac, not to be confused with
North or South.
Or North Central Frontenac.
South Central.
You want to be...
And then I watched the to-do list on the weekend, too. That was a big meh.
Oh, to-do list? What was that?
That has Aubrey Plaza in it. It was written by Bill Hader's wife, and it's... I think that's all I can say. It's a pretty adult film.
Oh, I understand that the phrase "to do" would probably have more than one connotation.
Yeah. Well, it used to have an even worse name. So obviously, it had to be filmed. I think it came out last year, but it had to be filmed 3 or 4 years ago.
So it's kind of a date and switch kind of thing where they shot years ago.
It's just because, and the only reason I know that because the young kid from Modern Family's in it, and he looks like he's like 6 years old. So,
the guy who plays Luke.
Yeah,
or the guy who plays Penny.
No, Luke. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, but it's got a lot of people in it. Andy Samberg is in it, and Donald Glover, and Adam Pally has literally one line in it. So, speaking of Adam Pally, you guys watch Happy Endings yet, or what?
That is not on my list of things to get to.
Why?
Happy Endings
quiz. Just watch it.
I don't. Well, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of Breaking Bad, just in the middle of season 3.
So you are flying through that.
Yes,
you are flying.
Yeah,
it's like meth for him.
That's the quickest comparison.
It's like the chunky blue crunch.
Oh, I get it because the show is about a guy who
cooks meth.
I get it.
Okay, no spoilers, guys.
I think that's established.
Yeah. What was I? There's a movie I was watching that had a heck of a sitcom, NBC sitcom cast too. It was a 5-year engagement.
Yeah, I know. When I was in theaters, I was wow, you can really tell what the
movie's like funny people.
I found that movie very infuriating, though.
Very frustrating movie. Very frustrating movie.
It's long, but it's
not good.
I don't understand how Jason Segel is such a babe magnet in that movie. He, like,
you know why?
I honestly, I have
nothing. You know why? Do you want to know why?
Yeah, I paused.
Because he wrote it.
Oh. Did he write that?
Yes.
Because I was thinking that the part was probably written for somebody else, but he wrote it. So he tried to make his own like Apatowian kind of epic.
Well, I mean, Apatow told him how to write screenplays from when he was on Freaks and Geeks. No. Yes.
Because I wanted
he's
to.
Freaks and Geeks, right?
He's in Freaks and Geeks. Yeah, I remember. Well, Jason Segel said in an interview that Judd Apatow said, he's like, well, after this, you're going to have to kind of write your own stuff because you're kind of a weird guy and no one's going to know what to do with you. Yeah. And then he was on How I Met Your Mother for 8 years.
9 years.
But I enjoy Jason Segel quite a bit. But this movie I found quite infuriating.
My old roommate, his cousin got engaged, and for some reason he decided to give her that movie as an engagement present. I was like, really? That's not the best. Not the best.
Yeah.
Did you get her the breakup too with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah, well, spoiler alert, they break up in it, but they get back together in the end, which was shocking to me.
Yes, in 5-year engagement.
In 5-year engagement, yeah. Breakup.
The breakup, they stay broked.
Oh, so it should be called Broked Up.
Yeah. Exploded.
I saw...
relationship explodey.
Finally saw Ninja Turtles.
I haven't seen it. I also haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm literally going to see Guardians of the Galaxy by myself.
Guardians is worth seeing. It's a fun flick, but Turtles is it's not as bad as you fear. It's actually like the effects on the turtles are actually pretty good.
Wasn't my fear.
Well, the fear may be that it is a kids movie. And it actually, the common kind of criticism is it doesn't know if it wants to be a kids movie or a gritty or kind of adult movie. So it kind of had that vibe. It kind of felt like the first Ninja Turtles movie did back in 90, 91, whenever it came out.
I would say 90. You saw that in theaters, did you not?
I didn't. I saw Ninja Turtles 2 in theaters. Mom took me there, and I was afraid of the Super Shredder at the end, so we had to leave. That's right, Kevin Nash. You freaked me out so much when I was 7 years old.
Oh, well, that's Ninja Turtles 2.
2, The Secret of the Ooze. Yeah. That was one of the first movies I saw. I can't remember. Mom, you're going to have to help me out with this. Okay. I thought she was there. I either saw. Yeah. I either saw. Say hi to her for me. I either saw Little Mermaid or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids first in theaters, and I can't remember which one. But I remember one of the first things I laughed at in theaters, I remember people reacting to, was at the beginning of Little Mermaid, they're on a ship, and there's a guy bending over the ship, and it's like, hey, you okay? And he turns around, and his face is all green. He's like, oh. He's clearly throwing up, and everyone's like, he barfed. And that was the first joke I remember seeing in theaters.
One of my favorite movie theater memories is when we lost our cat, Ginger, I want to say.
Yeah,
and Mom and Dad were like, "Okay, let's get the kids' mind off of Ginger. We'll take them to see Men in Black."
Oh, yeah.
And in Men in Black, in addition to having Vincent D'Onofrio being horrifying,
well, Vincent D'Onofrio is not a good dude. Was that ugly before he was an alien? So that's my terrible Will Smith impression.
But during that movie, one of the big parts of that movie is that there's a cat featured very prominently. So I think they felt kind of bad about that afterwards.
Galaxy is in Orion's belt.
Right.
I'm hosting an intergalactic kegger here.
It's a squid.
That movie. I was really freaked out by alien stuff back in the day, and that movie, I remember they told us they surprised us going to see that, and I was like, no.
Did you ever see the third one or no?
I did not, but I'm a little bit interested.
I saw the second one.
It's not way better than the second one.
Oh, okay,
that's good.
Second one is no good. So it's Monday, August.
Yeah, obviously.
18th. What do you guys got going on this Friday?
This Friday. Oh, I mistakenly tweeted.
Yeah, I know. Friday. I was going to say something to you about that. I don't know why you thought it came out on the 15th. It did not.
IfIStay.net quickly corrected me. So Friday, August 22nd. Hey, are you feeling in the mood for a teenage romance, tragedy romance? That's a word.
Go
Treasure
see
Man.
A Dame to
Go
Kill
see
For.
Sin City's Dame to Kill For. And then after that, go see Chloe Grace Moretz in If I Stay.
And why?
Check it out.
Why that movie specifically?
Why that movie specifically? My friend Aaliyah O'Brien is in that. She plays a paramedic. She does an excellent job, and she's got a very good-looking paramedic partner in that. Not sure who he is, but he's a good-looking guy. Ooh, ooh.
I know.
So go check that out.
Confirmation that guy's face is at least in the movie. But so
Is my face in it? I know my butt is, and my voice is.
Yeah,
my face at some point, but it's quite a whirlwind of
yeah. So I don't have much
situations.
insider information other than your face is seen on a screen.
This is my secret. My tip to actors.
Well, would this be the first? No, this wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, it would.
In movie theater, yes.
That your face is on the screen.
My face is on the screen in a movie theater.
Because you were in I Love You, Beth Cooper.
Well, Dayton Switch you'd be in that, but I don't know if you could say
that wasn't on the.
That wasn't
I don't know if that was ever released.
So Beth Cooper was the back of my head. That was in the theater, but my facial features
what a
were
waste
not.
of money that was. Thank you, Paul Rust.
Yeah, thanks,
He's so
Paul
funny
Rust.
otherwise, though.
He's so funny. God, he's funny. That movie was terrible, though.
But it's kind of too bad that he's
New no.
New no-nos is glorious.
Moron.
So-
All right.
So I Love You, Beth Cooper. My face was not in that film, so everybody don't see that movie. Everybody don't. And then 18 was supposed to be the next one, and then that was only the DVD Blu-ray special feature extended version.
That movie.
It's exciting. Joe Carnahan's the new showrunner on Katherine Heigl's new show, and he actually caused the other showrunner to quit.
I was going to say
He doesn't know
somebody
how to run a show.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to quit. So everybody saw somebody's off the Katherine Heigl show, and everyone was like, I guess it's Katherine Heigl's fault again. But it's actually Joe Carnahan, who's...
I thought the exact same thing. That B-word.
That's what everybody...
Make everybody quit.
She's a witch with a B in front. And then I actually was shown in the theater. In the theater, I was shown when we did the Men with Brooms promos, and that was on... you guys didn't see it because it wasn't at Empire. It was the Cineplex. And we got up and we were asked to hey, Will Vine here on the Man with Brooms in Winnipeg. It was a couple years ago. I sounded different. And they were like, what's a movie line you'd like to say? And mine was, with all due respect, Mr. President, shut up.
What is that
Is that from? What's that from? Independence Day?
No, it's just make up a movie line you'd like to say.
Oh, make
Oh, I thought it was existing movie line like "Get off my plane," but
no, it wasn't that. It was with all due respect, Mr. President, shut up.
Yeah, that sounds familiar to me.
That was my funny line. It was hilarious. Had people rolling in the aisles.
Did you know? Did it actually?
Yeah, I checked the aisles and there were people rolling up and down the aisles. They're rolling up and down the aisles. If I stay, so. My tip to actors: if you want to be featured in a film, if you want to make sure you get some screen time, take the main character to the hospital. That's how you do it. Yeah, that's the secret.
Especially when the hospital's the whole thing.
Be involved intimately in the life of the main character.
Have that be a scene in the movie first and foremost, and then be a part of that scene.
Exactly. So next week we're going to recap our SummerSlam predictions because I'm still crunching numbers. And then the week after, I guess, since it's going to be September, right? It's going to be September. We're just going to recap the summer movie season that we pre-capped back in May.
I see that movie Boyhood, and that's 3 hours long.
Yeah, so
that makes sense.
I do want to see it.
5-year engagement was too long for you, then probably Boyhood. But Boyhood's whole gimmick is that it was shot over, 14 years? Something like that?
12 years.
Yeah.
I think it was from 6 to 18 or something like that. So
that would be quite remarkable.
They film like a 10 to 15 minute scene every year, so it wasn't, that long of a shoot theoretically, but...
Yeah, but that'd be an interesting one to check out. So we'll recap those summer movies. We'll recap our clinkers and stinkers and movies that make you thinkers and
movies that make you drinkers.
Movies that make you drinkers. Movies that make you not want to blinkers. Movies that you'll want to inkers, which means you'll sign a waiver before you see it because it's so intense.
It's so dangerous. You'll have to sign a waiver.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Weird Al said about Jerry Seinfeld, Jerry Springer. I had those lyrics going through my head yesterday. It's been 1 week since the show about psycho killers and problems you should work out. Anyway, Matthew, where can we find you on Twitter.com/what?
MP Vaughn.
MP Vaughn. Is it like EMPEEVON? Is that it? MP Vaughn?
Yep.
Okay, well,
that's correct.
MP Vaughn at that spelling. Alex, where can we find you?
I'm at NYT Fourth Down Bot. Check that out. I give information. If you're watching the NFL football, if you watch NFL football, follow me on Twitter. I'll give you advice on every single fourth down decision to go for it, whether it had been a better idea, whether punting was a good idea. So check that out. I crunch the numbers. I spit them out. Check that out.
How many followers do you have?
That's I'm still crunching the numbers on that. That one is hard. If you just could talk amongst yourselves for a second, I can tell you.
Well, speaking of NYT, friend of the show DDP was featured in an article, "The Rise of Beefcake Yoga."
Yes,
he's doing quite well. I'm still rocking the DDP yoga. I can almost do the 10-second push-up. When I can, I'll let you guys know. And we'll do the 10-second push-up live on the air. I want
to do a 10-second push-up. What do you do without me doing DDP yoga? How do I do it?
Well, you can do it.
It's just normal. Down for 10, up for 10, or is it down for 5, up for 5?
No. It's you're down for 10, hold for 10, up for 10, down for 10, hold for 10, all the way down.
Is that a straight up minute? Because that is not 10 seconds.
That's like 2 push-ups, isn't it?
That's like it's
do
like
I hold down for 10 or do I lower myself for 10 seconds?
Okay, what it is, it's called. I know it's longer than 10 seconds. Like is 3 count.
Right.
Okay, so you can see this on the web on his. There's a Vimeo link I can
okay,
post.
I'll check it out.
DDP doing what he calls extreme psycho push-ups. So he's down for 10 and he holds for 10, but he kicks both of his feet up and he's like in a scorpion position, and then he goes back down and then he pushes up for 10 and down for 10 and hold for 10. So it's about 50 seconds long. That the whole movement, and
my
that
triceps cannot stay engaged. How bad does that hurt your triceps?
Triceps, not really. It's more the chest and the whole shoulder bracket for me. But the thing is, it comes at the end of his diamond cutter workout, which is one of his more intense, like 50-minute workouts, and it comes at pretty much near the end of that.
You curse at him? I used to curse at Tony Horton all the time.
I don't.
Be like, hold that plank. I'd be like, you son of a. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he's got one of his.
You'd count really slow, and I'd be like, that's not fair.
Yeah. One of his DVDs, the Extreme Psycho DVD, it says you're gonna curse, you're gonna sweat. This DVD is about to kick your ass, and I'm like, oh, looking forward to that. So really I'm looking forward to getting my ass kicked by DDP Yoga. You can find me on Twitter at William C. Vaughn. Alex is found at Evonics.
At NYT Fourth Down Bot, 10,000 plus followers.
Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Everybody tell a friend of theirs to check out the Triple Threat podcast.
Shout out to make sure they don't Scotty McRae, our cousin Scotty McRae, loyal listener, loyal family member, longtime listener, first time caller.
There you go. Shout out to Scotty.
If you do tell your friends to listen to this podcast, do not get them to start with this one, or they will never listen again.
Yeah. Get them to start with one that's better than this.
Next week, Hammer the Gods Quiz Part 2. Stay tuned, folks. Here comes the music. It ain't no joke. I want to buy the world a token, teach the world to sing in perfect harmony, and teach the world to stop the fires and the lawyers. Anyways, good night.
Podcast out.